8 years of being sidelined led me to purchase a beachfront resort, which I filled to capacity and then told my mom, just like your place, mine's fully booked. I'm Amelia, a freelance graphic designer. My sister, Olivia, is 35, married to Mike, and they have 4 kids, Jack, 12, Ava, 10, James, 8, and Aria, 6. Our 62-year-old mother, Evelyn, has always had a favorite child, and it wasn't me. For the past 8 years, our family tradition has been to spend 2 weeks every summer at Mom's beach cottage in North Carolina. It's a spacious house with 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and a stunning beach view. Sounds like enough room for a family gathering, doesn't it? Not quite. Every March, without fail, Mom would call me with the same excuse. Amelia, darling, I'm so sorry, but the beach house is just too small this year. Olivia's family is growing and the kids need their own space. Maybe we can figure something out next time. Meanwhile, Olivia's family was treated like royalty. Mom would spend weeks preparing for their visit, stocking the house with their favorite snacks, buying new beach toys for the kids, and rolling out the welcome mat. Olivia's crew would take over the house, leaving their stuff everywhere and acting like they owned the place. The worst part? Every summer, my 2 kids, Alex 9 and Mia 7, would ask why they couldn't join their cousins at Grandma's beach cottage. What could I say? The grandma didn't think we were important enough. It wasn't just about a vacation spot. It was 8 years of watching Mom go all out for Olivia while treating me like an afterthought. Olivia married her college sweetheart Mike right after graduation, had 4 kids in 6 years, and somehow became Mom's golden child. Mike's in sales, makes a decent living, but nothing extraordinary. Still, they were always painted as the perfect family. Me? I launched my graphic design business from the ground up 4 years ago after my divorce. I worked tirelessly, often putting in 12-hour days to grow my client list and provide for my kids, but because I work from home and don't have a traditional 9-to-5, Mom always assumed I was barely scraping by. Amelia's still finding her way, she'd tell relatives at family gatherings. Olivia has her stable life with Mike and the kids. She'd make little comments whenever we were together. It must be nice to have such a relaxed schedule, Olivia would say with a fake smile. I couldn't handle the uncertainty of not knowing when my next paycheck would come. The beach house situation was just the most glaring example of favoritism. Every year I'd see Olivia's Instagram flooded with photos from their amazing family vacation at Mom's beach house. Kids building sandcastles, Mike cooking on the deck, Olivia lounging with a cocktail. Meanwhile, my kids and I spent those 2 weeks at home, maybe hitting the local pool or watching movies. Last summer was the final straw. I had just landed my biggest client yet, a software company that hired me to redesign their entire brand. It was a 6-figure deal that would secure us for the year. I was thrilled to share the news at Mom's birthday party in June. That's nice, dear, Mom said when I told her about the contract. Maybe now you can look for something more secure. Olivia smirked. Oh, come on, Mom. Amelia enjoys tinkering on her laptop. It's not like she's ready for a real job. I stayed quiet, as always. But later that evening, when Mom gave her annual "no room at the beach house" speech, Olivia twisted the knife further. You know, Amelia, she said loudly enough for everyone to hear, if you had a proper job, maybe you could afford your own vacation. We shouldn't have to give up our family time because you're still figuring things out. Mom nodded in agreement. Olivia's right, honey. Mike works so hard, and those kids deserve their break. Maybe when you're more settled. I smiled and nodded as I had for the past 7 years. Of course I understand. Have a great time, I said, but inside I was done, completely done. That tech company deal was just the start. Word spread about my work, and soon I had more clients than I could manage. I raised my rates, became pickier about projects, and started building something bigger than a freelance gig. By October, I had enough steady income to hire 2 employees. By December, I'd signed 3 more major corporate clients. By February, I was scouting office space and planning to expand into digital marketing services. The money was rolling in, but I kept it quiet from my family. I still drove my old Honda, lived in the same modest house, and dressed as I always had. As far as they knew, I was still messing around on my computer. In March, just when Mom would usually call with her no-room speech, I made an offer on a small resort property about 2 hours from her beach house. It wasn't massive, just 12 rooms, a restaurant, and a gorgeous private beach, but it was perfect for what I wanted. The previous owners had let it fall apart and were eager to sell. I bought it for a steal and hired a management company to handle daily operations while I focused on renovations. By May, the resort was transformed. I invested roughly $200,000 in upgrades, including modern furniture, fully renovated rooms, a breathtaking infinity pool facing the ocean, and a kids' play area that would rival a theme park. The restaurant offered gourmet dining, and the whole place looked like a spread from a high-end travel magazine. I called it Seaside Haven Resort, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Most importantly, it belonged to me, entirely mine. It had a soft opening in June, with a few paying guests to work out any kinks. Everything ran smoothly. Guests left glowing reviews and summer bookings poured in quickly. Meanwhile, Olivia was posting her usual pre-vacation content on social media. Pictures of the kids picking out beach gear, Mike packing the car, and excited captions about their yearly tradition at Mom's cottage. In late June, Mom called with her predictable speech. "Amelia, sweetheart, I'm so sorry, but..." I cut her off. "I know, Mom, no room. It's fine. Alex, Mia, and I have plans this year anyway." "Oh, that's great, dear. Where are you headed?" "Just a small place I found. Nothing too fancy." In early July, I took my kids to Seaside Haven, reserving the best suite, a 2-bedroom oceanfront unit with a private balcony and direct beach access. Alex and Mia were thrilled. "Mom, this place is amazing," Mia shouted, exploring the suite. "Are we really staying here for 2 weeks?" "You bet, sweetheart." We spent our days on the private beach, savoring gourmet meals, swimming in the infinity pool, and enjoying activities I'd arranged like horseback riding, deep-sea fishing, and kayaking. We'd never been able to afford a vacation like this before, and seeing my kids so happy was worth every penny. The real highlight was still to come. In August, I started making calls. First, I reached out to my Uncle Benjamin and Aunt Carol, Mom's brother and sister-in-law, who'd always been kind to me and my kids. They had 3 children around Alex and Mia's age. "Hey, Uncle Benjamin, I'd love for you all to join us at my resort for Labor Day weekend. All expenses covered, food, activities, everything. I want to treat the family to something special." "Amelia, that's so generous, but we couldn't possibly..." "I insist. Business has been great, and I want to share it with the people who matter." Next, I called my cousin David, Mom's nephew, and his wife Jennifer. They had 2 teens and were struggling financially. "Dave, how about a weekend at a 5-star resort? My treat. I know things have been tight since Jennifer's layoff." I reached out to my dad's sister, Aunt Nancy, and her husband, then to my second cousins, the Martinez family, who were always kind despite their own struggles. I invited everyone who'd ever made me and my kids feel valued, 22 extended family members in total, for Labor Day weekend at Seaside Haven. I reserved the entire resort, hired a private chef for all meals, and planned activities for every age group. I didn't invite Mom or Olivia. The weekend was a hit. My relatives were blown away by the resort, often asking how I could afford such a stunning place. I just smiled and said, "Business has been good." On Saturday night, Uncle Benjamin pulled me aside. "Amelia, this is incredible. You've done something amazing. Your mom must be so proud." "She doesn't know," I said calmly. "What? Why not?" "I didn't invite her or Olivia." He looked puzzled. "But why? This is a family event." "Benjamin, for 8 years, Mom has said there's no room at her beach house for me and my kids. Every summer, we've been left out because Olivia's family takes up all the space. So I hosted my own gathering, and there just wasn't room for everyone." The story spread among the guests. They all knew about the beach house situation, having heard Mom's excuses and Olivia's remarks over the years. Some had even quietly asked Mom why I was excluded. Monday morning, as everyone checked out, my phone rang. It was Mom. "Amelia, where are you? Benjamin told me some wild story about you owning a resort." "That's not true, is it?" "It's true, Mom." "How? You don't have that kind of money." "Apparently I do." There was a long silence. "Amelia, I'm confused. If you could afford this, why didn't you tell us? Why weren't we invited? You said there wasn't room at your beach house." "I'm saying there's no room at my resort." "That's different. The beach house is..." "What, Mom? Too small? So is my resort. But we're family." "Funny how you remember that now." I hung up. 20 minutes later, Olivia called, furious. "What's wrong with you? Mom's in tears. How could you do this to us?" "Do what, Olivia? Host a family event? I thought you'd be thrilled. You always said I should be more successful. You left us out on purpose, like you left me and my kids out for 8 years. That was different. The beach house isn't big enough for everyone, and my resort isn't either. Funny how that works. This is spiteful, Amelia. You're better than this. No, Olivia, I'm exactly this. I'm done being seen as the family failure when I work harder than anyone. I'm tired of my kids being excluded because you think your family matters more. The weeks after were intense. Mom called daily, sometimes crying, sometimes angry, demanding to know why I was punishing them. I raised you better than this, Amelia. This isn't how family acts. You're right, Mom. Family doesn't treat each other the way you've treated me for 8 years. You didn't exclude me. There really wasn't room. There was room, Mom. You just gave it all to Olivia. Every year you chose her family over mine. Every year you made my kids feel like they didn't matter. Did you think I wouldn't notice? Did you think they wouldn't? Olivia took another approach, telling relatives I was cruel, hurting innocent kids over a petty grudge. But those who attended the resort weekend knew the truth. They'd heard Mom's excuses and Olivia's jabs for years. David called to personally extend an invitation. Amelia, I know things are tense with Mom and Olivia right now, but Rachel really wants you at her wedding. You've been so kind to our family, and she sees you as one of her favorite aunts. Will Mom and Olivia be there? Yes, it's a family wedding, but Rachel insisted I tell you how much she hopes you'll come. She said if anyone deserves to celebrate with us, it's you. I thought it over for a week. Rachel was a sweet girl who'd always been warm to me and my kids. She didn't deserve her big day overshadowed by family tension. I'll be there, I told David, but I'm bringing security. Security? Just one person. Someone to ensure things stay calm if Olivia causes a fuss. The wedding was stunning. Rachel looked radiant, and the event took place at a picturesque vineyard an hour from the city. I arrived with Alex and Mia dressed impeccably. I got Mia a charming navy dress and Alex a sharp little suit. They fit right in at any fancy gathering. During cocktail hour, Mom spotted us and approached cautiously, unsure what to expect. Amelia, you look lovely. The kids have grown so much. Thanks. How have you been? I hear the resort's doing well. It is. She waited for me to say more, but I didn't. After an awkward pause, she tried again. I've been reflecting on our Christmas talk. Maybe we could chat soon? Maybe. Olivia appeared beside Mom, looking like she'd rather be elsewhere. Hi, Amelia. Olivia? The kids look nice, she noted, eyeing Alex and Mia chatting with cousins near the appetizers. They do. The conversation was painfully stiff. Other relatives joined our group, seemingly hoping we'd patch things up right there, but I was done prioritizing others' comfort over my own. At dinner, I noticed something interesting. The seating placed me and my kids at the main family table between Uncle Benjamin's and Aunt Nancy's families. Mom and Olivia were at a separate table with Olivia's kids and Mike. Rachel had made a choice that didn't favor Mom. During the reception's dancing, Rachel came to me. Auntie, thank you for being here. I know things are tricky with Grandma Evelyn. Your wedding day isn't about family drama, sweetheart. I'm here to celebrate you. I just want you to know what you did with the resort weekend was incredible. Dad's family still raves about it. The best vacation ever. I'm glad they enjoyed it. And I see how hard you work and what you've achieved. Not everyone in the family credits you, but some of us do. Rachel's words touched me deeply. Her wisdom at 24 outshone many twice her age. As the night ended, Olivia cornered me near the bar, clearly tipsy. We need to talk. No, we don't. Yes, we do. This has dragged on too long. You're splitting the family. I'm not splitting anything, Olivia. I'm just refusing to let myself be mistreated. Oh, please, mistreatment. You're overreacting. 8 years, Olivia, 8 years of being told there was no space for my kids at family trips. 8 years of your jabs about my career and choices. 8 years of watching my children feel left out while yours were spoiled. Those weren't attacks. I was just being real about your circumstances. My circumstances? You mean building a 6-figure business alone while raising 2 kids? That kind? Olivia's face flushed. You act so successful now. Where was this money when we were young? Why no steady job when your kids were small? Because I was building something bigger than a steady job. I invested in my future, not settling for easy mediocrity. Mediocrity? I have a solid marriage and 4 healthy kids. Good for you, but that doesn't let you belittle me for choosing a different road. Olivia glanced around, then leaned in. Truth is, Mom was protecting you. She knew you couldn't chip in for vacation costs like Mike and I could, sparing you the shame. I stared at her. Olivia, I offered to cover my share every year, told Mom I'd pay for food, utilities, anything. She never asked me once. That's not how I recall it. Because you were never in those talks. You assumed I was broke to feel better about cutting me out. Marcus, a kind guy who does event security on the side, stepped up. I'd asked him to watch for trouble. Everything okay? It's about finding the strength to create your own path. Everyone lifted their glasses, and I felt a warmth that had nothing to do with the wine. A week after Mountain View opened, Olivia called. Her tone was different, less guarded, more worn out. Amelia, can we talk? A real conversation, not like at the wedding. What do you want to discuss? I want to say I'm sorry. It caught me off guard. Okay? I've been reflecting on what you said at Rachel's wedding about the vacation costs and Mom never letting you contribute. I asked Mom about it and she confirmed you offered to pay every year. She said it was simpler to have just one family there instead of managing everyone. Simpler for who? That's what I asked her, and she couldn't give a clear answer. Olivia paused. I also questioned why she always dismissed your job as not real work.